There are so many games coming out this year that I'm excited for, which hardly ever happens for me. Maybe one or two games a year, but there's at least, I think, half a dozen right now that I'm looking to purchase and play. I don't even know if I'm going to have time to play all these games. One of them is MindsEye, being developed by Build a Rocket Boy under Leslie Benzies. And if you're a Rockstar fanboy or fangirl, then you probably know the name. He was the former president of Rockstar all the way up to the release of GTA 5. And behind the scenes, he was an important part of the success of a lot of these games, from GTA 3 all the way to GTA 5 and Red Dead Redemption 1 and Bully. So his name carries a lot of weight in the gaming community. And for the past several years, his company, Build a Rocket Boy, have been working on this game, MindsEye, which a lot of us have been trying to keep track of whatever little information and screenshots would come out. We finally got some trailers, and they look pretty promising. The premise of the game is you'll be playing as Jacob Diaz, played by Alex Hernandez, best known for Lincoln Clay in Mafia 3, another game that I covered and played on the channel. In fact, in 2026, I'm probably going to do like a 10 years later video, or perhaps even a 10 years later stream coming up in October 2026. I know I planned that far ahead. But anyways, he did a great job as Lincoln Clay. And Alex is playing another video game protagonist, Jacob Diaz, former elite soldier fitted with the MindsEye, a mysterious neural implant that haunts him with fragmented memories of a covert mission that changed his life forever. Fight to uncover the truth in a world where AI, high-tech experimentation, and unchecked military power shape every encounter. Jacob isn't the only one searching for answers. Forces working from the shadows may be more powerful and dangerous than he's ever imagined. Get ready for intense combat on foot, behind the wheel, and in the air, where every decision can mean the difference between survival and defeat. The setting is sometime in the future or near future in a desert city in America called Red Rock. And I think we've had this a few times with Night City in Cyberpunk 2077. We also had a desert city in Saints Row in name only. To be honest, I'm getting kind of tired of these desert cities. But other than that, the game does look promising, the cutscenes, and some limited gameplay. Now, latest trailer talked more about the robots, the machine learning, and the fear that they were eventually going to surpass the abilities that humans have to control them. And when that happens, apparently it's going to be called quote-unquote alpha. So we got robots, we have human enemies we're going to have to fight, we got drones, we got this algorithm, which I think it's going to be the MindsEye. I think that's the algorithm. I could be wrong about that, which connects all seeing devices. So it makes sense for the algorithm to be called MindsEye. So this is very interesting because we're dealing with this right now in real life. We got robots being built. They're in the early stages. They haven't reached Detroit Become Human or Battlestar Galactica like the Cylons level yet. But we also got AI on so many different platforms now, like with Grok on X and several others out there as well, like OpenAI. So AI is a very real thing in our reality. So imagine how much more advanced robots and AI and algorithms are going to be in a future city like Red Rock. And behind all that is this company called the Silver Corporation. They're the ones that are making the robots and I think the cars. Well, at least one of the cars that you end up getting in the game. On the other side, they introduce the mayor of Red Rock. Her name is Vega. Vega is going to represent, I guess, the politics of the time in the city of Red Rock. And then you're going to have how powerful corporations have become over the past few decades. Like they're not powerful enough already. It's going to be interesting to see on which side Mayor Vega lies on. Is she going to be a good character, or is she going to be a bad character that works against the protagonist or works with the protagonist? And just how dangerous is the Silver Corporation going to be? I mean, they're obviously extremely powerful. They're making robots and drones and cars and weapons and all sorts of other stuff. It will be interesting to see how this game plays out whenever it arrives, coming on June 10th, 2025. And the price tag for MindsEye is $60 US. It's going to be available for PlayStation 5, Xbox Series, as well as PC. So that's the standard edition. If you pre-order MindsEye at $60, you'll get a free deluxe edition upgrade, which will include the Premium Pass, the deluxe Thorn and Kepler Yellow Jacket weapon, future Jacob Vest skin, future DC Companion drone skin, future Silva sedan vehicle skin. By the way, that thing looks like a Tesla. So I keep calling it a Tesla. I think most of us know why. Now, in the Premium Pass, you're going to get Pack 1, Exotic Pack, the exotic Jacob Vest skin, exotic DC2 Companion drone skin, exotic Silver sedan vehicle skin, Horde Mode mission, face a variety of enemies with distinct tactics behaviors. Think fast, use your surroundings to outmaneuver your opponents. There's also going to be Pack 2, 3, and 4 in the Premium Pass with extra missions and challenges. And we're expecting those packs to come out like quarter 3 of 2025, then quarter 4 of 2025, and then Pack 4 will come out sometime in quarter 1 of 2026. So basically, you're just getting skins for the Silver sedan, aka the Tesla of the future. The drone, which I believe the drone will probably be an important tool that Jacob will be able to use, and different skins for your character's vest. The Horde mission could be interesting if this was like a co-op or multiplayer PvE game, but remember, this is a single-player game. There are a few thoughts that I have regarding MindsEye, even though I am, optimistic about it, and I do want to support Build a Rocket Boy because of Leslie Benzies. I want this to be a success in order to keep that company going. We've lost a lot of companies in the gaming industry over the years, and to be fair, a lot of them went down because they made really crappy games. Plus, this is an original IP, and I do like to see original IPs become successful, especially if it brings something new to the table. But the question you have to ask yourselves, does this game actually bring something new? Because a lot of people have pointed out the fact that there are similarities between MindsEye and a few other games that are already out there. Obviously, the big one is the GTA franchise. That's understandable because Leslie was an important part of the Grand Theft Auto franchise from the 3D era of GTA, GTA 4, as well as Grand Theft Auto 5. I'm not expecting this game to be at the same level of Grand Theft Auto, but I really do hope that it's a good quality game that feels like it's worth $60 at the end of the day. But there's also other similarities. A lot of people have been comparing it low-key to Cyberpunk 2077 or Watch Dogs. Plus the premise of robots becoming self-aware and rising up and rebelling against humanity is not exactly new. We got that in Terminator, The Matrix, Detroit Become Human, Battlestar Galactica, the list goes on and on. I'm probably going to pre-order it and play it whenever it comes out. The problem is this summer for me, this jam-packed of other games I'm interested in, like Mafia the Old Country, which I'm going to be continuing to cover and play when that comes out. Hopefully not around the same time as MindsEye. Now, speaking of Mafia the Old Country, which is a narrative-driven action-adventure game, which is set in an open world of Sicily, but it's going to be linear based. I get the feeling that MindsEye will probably be the same thing. What I said about Mafia the Old Country also applies to MindsEye. It is also narrative driven action adventure thriller. In other words, there's a very real possibility that this might be a linear game set in the open world of Red Rock with very little to do on the side besides the main story. Maybe some side questing, maybe some collectibles, but not to the same level as Grand Theft Auto. To be fair, Rockstar is a much larger company with way more developers and money behind them than Build a Rocket Boy, so Leslie has a lot less to work with when it comes to MindsEye, when it comes to people, as well as the budget for MindsEye. So don't expect this to be at the same level as Grand Theft Auto, but it doesn't have to be. Graphically, I think MindsEye looks pretty good. I just don't really feel the desert city vibe. I'm getting kind of tired of that from previous games. The cinematics look solid. Now, what I'm hoping is that it has a really good story and likable characters, especially with the protagonist, Jacob Diaz, played once again by Alex Hernandez. He did a great job as Lincoln Clay in Mafia 3, so hopefully he does a good job as Jacob Diaz. And supporting characters and antagonists and villains, I hope they're fleshed out as well. But as a game, it has to be fun, especially when it comes to the driving and shooting mechanics of MindsEye. But since Leslie Benzies is at the helm of this company, I have faith that he's going to make sure that both driving and shooting feels as enjoyable as possible for those that end up picking up and playing MindsEye when it comes out June 10th, 2025. But between the two cars that have been featured in the trailer, that awesome looking muscle car and the Tesla, I think I'd rather use the muscle car. How do you feel about MindsEye from the information and trailers that we've gotten thus far? Are you planning on pre-ordering it, wait for some reviews to come out, or is it just going to be a hard pass for you? Your thoughts, views, and opinions regarding MindsEye, welcome, as always, below in the comments section.